Welcome back everyone to another video. I know I'm quite late, like after making a video and then disappearing. I apologize for the delay. Today's topic is a bit more exciting. Have you ever wondered, like, if you want to make your computer a little bit more smarter so that it can make choices or to react to different kind of situations, then you're definitely in the right place. Today's topic is conditional statements in Python. Now, the first thing that should come to your mind after hearing about today's topic is what is actually a conditional statement. In simple terms, they allow your program to execute different blocks of code based on whether a certain condition is true or false. It is just like your program asking a question, and depending on the answer, it performs different kinds of tasks or actions. Let's first start with the if statement. The if statement in your program is the most basic decision maker. It checks if a condition is true. If it is, the code inside the if block gets executed. If it is false, that code is skipped entirely. Let's understand this with the help of an example. In this code, we'll be simply checking our age. Here we set the age variable to 18 and we use the if statement. It checks whether the condition is true or false. The condition over here is if the age is greater than or equals to 18. Here the condition is true, hence the if statement is evaluating it to true. So a message, "you are old enough to vote," is printed. Notice one thing, that after, like, if you have to end our if statement, we are using a colon after the condition, and then for the next block of code, we are using indentation like the spaces, and we are not using any kind of curly braces like in other programming languages. Python is way more different. It uses indentation to define code blocks, which is super important. Now let's modify our code a bit. Let's just change the value of the age variable from 18 to 16. And now let's check with the help of the if condition. The condition is false because 16 is less than 18. So the block of code inside the if statement will not be printed. It will be skipped. And the block of code which is outside the if statement will be printed. Simple, right? Now we have understood what an if statement is and why is it so useful. But what if we want to do something else when the if condition is false? That's where the else statement comes into play. The else block executes only when the if condition is false. It's like saying, if this is true, do this, else do that instead. Let's understand this with the help of an example. This example is called greeting based on time. Suppose we have a variable called current hour which stores the value 10. Let's pretend it's 10 a.m. Okay. Now we are checking with the help of the if statement if the current hour is less than 12. If it is true, then print good morning, else print good afternoon. Based on the value of current hour, we can see that it's good morning, so it will show the output as good morning. But what if we change the value of current hour from 10 15? Here 15 means 3. We are using the 24-hour time format. Okay, so here we can see that current hour is greater than 12. So the if condition is false. It will now be shifting the pointer to the else statement. Here it checks that the current hour is greater than 12. So it will be printing good afternoon. Now we have understood when and how to use an if and an else statement. But what if we have multiple conditions to check? In this case, we'll be using the elif statement, which is the short form for else if. The elif statement allows you to check additional conditions if the previous if condition was false. Let's understand this with the help of an example, a grading system. Suppose we have created a variable called score and it is set to 85. Now we'll be checking multiple conditions, like if the score is greater than or equals to 90, we'll be setting or printing the value as grade A. If the score is greater than or equals to 80, it's grade B. If it is still less and it's greater than or equals to 70, we'll set it as grade C. Otherwise, we'll be printing it as grade D or below. So in this way, you can use the if statement, the elif statement, and the else statement. Lastly, let's do some exercises. The first one is a weather recommendation system. So what this does is, first of all, you need to create a variable which will store a value of the temperature, of today's temperature. Now, you will check if the temperature is greater than 30. If it is, then you may print like it's scorching hot. If the temperature is greater than equals to 20, then you may print it's a nice weather. If it is greater than equals to 10, then you may say it's a bit chilly. Otherwise, you have to print it's freezing. Okay. The second one, or the second example that you need to do is a simple login system. So what you need to do is you need to first create two variables. The first one is the username, which will store a string of the user's name, the username actually, and the next one will be the password, which will store the user's password. After that, you will create two more variables which will take certain inputs. You can use the input function to use. So you have to take first one as input username, and then you have to take it as input. The second one will be the input password, which will also take the user's password as input. Then you need to use the equals to operator to check whether the input username and the username variable are same, as well as the input password and the password variable are same. If it is true, then you have to print that maybe the login is successful, etc. Else, you have to print that it is an invalid username or password, and you have to try again. So if you like this video, then hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon so you never miss an update, and I will see you next time.